Hey everybody, welcome to Aniki, the podcast about anime with two brothers. I'm Ben.
And I'm Puyo.
Pop.
No, Puyo. No. Kirby. Kirby came out.
Kirby came out.
Kirby.
I didn't know there was a new Kirby.
Yep, new Kirby.
Good. So like,
Yeah.
Elden Ring.
It's better than Elden Ring.
Kirby Ring.
Kirby.
Does he eat things?
Yeah, that's what he does.
Good. I'd hate to see that they change that up. What's it on? Switch, I assume?
Yeah, of course it is.
Figured. But I thought I'd ask. So what have you been up to since last we spoke beside Kirby?
Puyo.
More Puyos.
Kirby.
Just Kirby.
What else? No, I've just been playing Kirby. Work, Kirby. Kirby work.
I watched 2 episodes of the new season.
What's in the new season?
Well, as of today, which is April Fool's Day,
Okay.
the Executioner and Her Way of Life, and Aharen is incomprehensible.
Fair enough.
The first one is not quite as good as I imagined it would be, but it's still pretty decent. It's a good spin on the isekai genre.
Good.
The other one is extremely silly.
Extremely silly. Very good silly.
Very good silly. Yeah, that's the one where she has like no emotions and doesn't talk much.
Yeah. Yep.
And he accidentally a girlfriend, maybe.
Yeah.
It's quite silly. I wouldn't say it's laugh out loud hilarious, but it's entertaining so far.
Well, that's good. That's good. What's the other thing I've been doing? I've been watching baseball.
Oh yeah, baseball.
The basest of balls.
It got delayed this year because of
It did.
money.
Yeah, whatever. Baseball.
When's the actual season start? Is it soon?
9th.
Good. Because it was supposed to start this week. Is your team looking good?
It's spring training, man. Doesn't really matter.
You got to do your scouting reports. You got to fill out your sheets. Get your fantasies going.
No. One of our pitchers looks really good. Well, that's good. Oh no, it starts 7th. Even better.
Even better. That's
We
Thursday?
open against the Twins.
It is Thursday.
Thursday.
So does that mean it's actually going to warm up?
Well, I don't know about that.
I don't know either. Still
I mean,
cold.
those bats are going to be hot.
Ha 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 ha.
A hot bat. They're going to hit the ball.
Hit the ball. I can't segue
They're
this
gonna-
into dragons at all.
You can't?
No. You give
Not
it a shot. Hot. Fire.
Fire.
Dragon.
Yeah, those bats. I say those bats are going to be hot. And you say, yeah, they're going to be on fire because they've been lit up by dragons.
Like
who
a
breathe fire
dragon.
from their flame sacks.
And what flame sacks?
What glorious flame sacks they have.
Uh-huh. So this time we watched the second season of Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid.
Yep.
Last season, if you recall, was funny and was, how do we classify it? Oh, yes.
Well,
world class.
World class.
How would you describe this season?
Well, I'd say this is galaxy class.
Mm-hmm.
Universe class. I mean, it's one thing to know that these things are coming. It's another to see them like in action, you know? Like
Moving around.
in full glory with sound effects.
You got to have the sound effects. Otherwise, you don't know that they're big.
Otherwise, you wouldn't quite realize just how
Gelatinous.
tracts of land they are.
Earthquakes, even.
It remains good. It's nice. It's fun. It's silly. Shockingly deep and thoughtful. This season has some kind of depression going on.
Occasionally.
So-
It's like once every 3 episodes. So it's doable. But everything else is lighthearted and silly. It did cause quite a stir on the old Twitters when it came out, as you might imagine.
Because it's got bazoombas.
Oh boy.
And bazoomba they do.
Would you like to know some facts? This might be spoilers. I don't know.
I don't know. Give me some facts.
So I wanted to know, for science.
Yeah, for science.
What exactly the measurements of these galaxy class assets are.
Oh, yeah.
And I could not find any numbers. However, I did find numbers for Quetzalcoatl.
Oh, there you go.
The Koa. If you do the math and you translate it to American units, her bust is 65S.
Good Lord. Don't quite know what that is, but I assume that's a large number.
Like a basketball.
Oh, golly.
I assume.
I must assume.
And while I was doing that, I somehow found a real story.
Yeah, I saw that paper.
Not even a story. It's a paper on the aerodynamics of large breasts on anime dragons.
Analysis and quantitative effects of large breasts on aerodynamic in the wake of Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid's character. And there you go. I mean, look, you gotta... And it is Quetzalcoatl. Well, there you go.
It is.
Methodology.
Mm-hmm. I read the whole thing.
Made a 3D... Oh, see, there you go. How nifty. Oh, there you go. Yeah.
You know what he found out?
Got a little...
They help.
Fancy wind chamber. Do they really? They make her more aerodynamic?
When you're standing straight on facing a headwind, yes.
Well,
slightly.
There you go.
Not by much.
Well, yeah, no, I see. The little amount of red is smaller. Well, it's bombshell, you see.
Uh-huh. It's aerodynamic.
Oh, I guess so.
See, anime was good for something. No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't. Anime was a mistake. We all know this and despair.
If you want, you should really read the last paragraph of that paper.
Oh, shoot. I just closed it.
I'll read it to you. The author received no funding for this research. The results of the present study do not constitute endorsement of any potential entity, whether expressed or implied. Quetzalcoatl is also not the author's waifu, although he respects her character as the goddess of thick.
There you go.
This is a scientific paper. This was cited.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. That's good. Very, very science.
This kind of crap brings me joy.
Bored college students are going to do bored college student things, especially when they have access to supercomputers. So,
yeah. Well, he didn't have access to a dragon maid.
Well, actually, he kind of did.
But he had a model of one. He didn't have a real one.
I mean, who does? Well, other than Miss Kobayashi, I suppose.
Well, I guess Shota does.
Shota definitely has access to anything he wants.
Only he would take hold.
take hold of what is placed in front of him. So I was talking to a friend at work about this show, and I said that, it's like a Quentin Tarantino movie.
I can see where this is going, but continue.
Well, I mean, it's pretty easy to see where it's going, right? Where it's just like very thoughtful, very well crafted, relies heavily on characters and their interaction, and the author's and the auteur's fetish is on full display.
At least it's not feet.
And you're just like, but why? But why? I know that's like the meme is like, I love the show, but the fan service, but the fan service. It's not fan service. That's the problem. The problem is that it is not fan service. If it was fan service, it'd be regular size breasts. And it'd be like, ha ha ha, look at them. But no, it's this guy's fetish because otherwise they wouldn't be so big.
They're so big. And
they're too big. They're too big to be enjoyed.
Well, and they're almost never like...
By mere mortals like us, they are too large to be enjoyed.
And they're almost always covered.
That's also true.
It's just the author's thing. That's what he likes.
Yeah, it is.
Also,
it shows.
I did not know this until a couple of weeks ago. But remember the Eda 10 deities only know peace?
Yeah. Oh, is that started churning along you?
No, but the manga is drawn by this guy.
Really?
Yeah.
How about that?
I don't think he wrote the story, but he's doing the art for the manga.
Oh, isn't that nice? It's a good pick, I guess. I assume the breasts remain large.
Sort of. He gets to show nudity this time, so there's that.
Oh, that's good. Oh, woohoo. Good for him.
So anyway, you want to talk about the actual show here? Because it is good.
Sure.
And it's just more of the same from the first season.
It is more of the same. It doesn't take time to explain anything. It's just like, you watched last season, right? It's like, well, yeah, that was like 5 years and a fire ago. And you're like, well, here we go. Okay.
Oh, yeah, this was Kyoto Animation's return to...
This was Kyoto Animation's bold return after their actually legit tragedy. But there you go.
It's an interesting choice as a first work. But I guess it's what the fans want. So in the first episode, we get introduced to a brand new dragon.
Yep. Kobayashi Nana has 2 daughters. A teenage daughter and her little girl daughter.
Her name is Iruru, and she is known for 2 things.
2 things. Yep.
Left and right.
Yeah, she is. And for being tricked by the dastardly Hummins.
Well, she lets herself be tricked by the dastardly Hummins.
Yeah.
She has a tragic backstory.
They all have tragic backstories. It's really strange.
Not all of them. Lakoa doesn't really.
Oh, that's fair.
It's more melancholy. The other ones are is Connor really tragic? I think she's just lonely.
Oh, Kana-chan, yeah, no, she's just kind of lonely.
But yes, the other ones are tragic. Iruru's deal is that she hates humans, can't stand the fact that Toru is living with them or gets along with them. Same thing with Elma. So she comes to
crack some skulls,
crack heads, and throw hands. And instead gets thoroughly and soundly beaten. And then gets her revenge by turning Kobayashi into a man for a bit.
Yeah, she gets better.
I wish they had done more with that. I think that could have been...
They could have had a lot more fun. I mean, she could have had a lot more fun, am I right? Mm.
Well, Toru would have.
Toru would have.
She was 100% on board with that.
He's rip-roaring and ready to go.
But in any case, Iruru ends up being convinced by Kobayashi that, hey, you know what? Maybe you don't have to hate everything, and maybe you can love humans like you did when you were a kid. Why don't you come live in my house and be my daughter?
And she's like, yeah, okay.
Okay.
Let me cry about it. Yeah, we'll do it.
Also, I 100% believe that in the first episode, Toru kills that guy.
Oh, well, no, I don't think she kills him.
I guess it was the second episode.
Because he's also a dragon. He is maimed beyond recognition.
Now, she said that she wiped his memory and sent him back where he came from.
Yeah.
But I think she incinerated him.
After tearing off more than one limb, I'm sure.
Well, he smacked Kobayashi in the face.
That is true.
He got what was coming to him.
That don't end well.
What else happens this season? A lot of little itty-bitty story arcs.
Yeah, this one's very Yonkoma. And I like that. I like the running gag of, what's Kana-chan's friend's name?
Sakawa.
How she keeps seeing Elma as a dragon and is like, dragons! I'm like, no.
Nope, sleep.
Pay no mind.
That's not for you. But then random girls in New York get to see dragons, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But Sakawa can't see it.
I assume she comes back at some point.
She comes back in an OVA. So this is the girl that Kana meets when she runs away from home for a little bit.
Yeah.
And there's a bonus OVA episode where she actually does come and visit Kana in Tokyo.
Oh, adorable.
I have not watched that because it came out in January, and I don't know where to find it, but it does exist. I liked the backstory between Elma and Toru because we didn't get that in the first season.
I did
at all.
too. It was nice.
I also like how they weren't enemies, but they're not. Are they best friends?
They're frenemies. They are the true definition of frenemies.
They can't live without each other, but also they like punching each other in the face a lot. But their backstory is very nice. It wasn't typical. They had differing viewpoints on stuff, and that's what drove them
mostly
apart.
Humans.
Mostly interactions with humans. Elma is normally set up to be like she was the good one and Toru was the rebel, but they were each right and wrong in the situations. I liked that, and it was kind of subtle because Toru's mad at Elma for pretending to be a goddess to help humans, but she was really doing it for her own amusement and because they made tasty food for her.
They do make very tasty food. Humans are good at that.
Toru wanted to be free of stuff and didn't like how Elma was taking advantage of the humans. So they ended up having a fight and going their separate ways, although they still missed each other a lot.
Yeah, they were sad. Now they're back together.
I liked how they resolved it, although it came out of the blue because it was like a second half of an unrelated episode. Suddenly Elma challenges her to a duel and they have at it.
And then they're friends because they missed each other.
Yes, and as soon as they reveal their feelings for each other that, yes, we should still be besties, they're like, good.
They go back to fighting, but they're like
punching.
Happy fighting.
More punches.
More punchy. Good punchy.
Iruru ends up growing up a little bit.
Yeah.
Starts out pretty immature and ends up working at a candy store with a boy who is extremely flustered.
I do like that. Yes, I like that relationship. That is good. Where she's just like, how about these? And he's like, no, not about those.
He's totally
like,
about those.
But these. And he's like, no, yes, those, please. Quit being lewd.
I like how it's not exactly lewd, but it's also not exactly innocent either.
Oh, Lands no.
She knows exactly what she's doing, and so does he.
Oh,
but they're playing with it. We get some backstory for Quetzalcoatl, Koa.
Yeah.
Turns out she's hanging around Shota still because she keeps being driven away from all of her homes. So it's not as tragic as the other dragons, but it's kind of sad.
Also, we learn who's Kobayashi's boss.
Crazy man who never blinks.
Yeah, Shota's dad, who is also a wizard.
I like how the programming language they use is essentially spells.
Yeah.
But when they screenshot, especially in the first season, they actually have screenshots of what they're programming. It's actual Python. So they're saying that Python is magical runes, which I believe.
Yeah.
It's 100% true.
Yeah.
Oh, one of my favorite little sketches was Fafnir decides that he is going to make his own treasure.
Oh, yeah. And he doesn't quite understand.
And to do so, he's going to make a manga about a boy who is tormented by this overbearing,
lustful older woman.
Indeed. And he needs a muse for this, a lewd seductress, a woman of loose morals. So he gets Lukoa to come over and model for him.
Obviously.
And she's like, oh yeah, wait a minute. That's not nice. Why would you think that of me?
But he totally gets it wrong, because then he's just like, I am going to spend the rest of the manga doing Junji Ito-esque things to her, as the little boy gets revenge.
Yeah, she didn't like that part.
Well, neither did anybody else.
She ends up making a comic herself. Well, it's not really a comic. It's a fanzine of her cosplaying as stuff.
Which is just called Huge Melons. Which, props for honesty in advertising.
She knows what she's about. And she leaves a copy helpfully on Shota's desk.
Yes.
I still don't know how I feel about that relationship.
She is not tempted thereby.
Oh, he's very tempted by. He doesn't want it, but he does. But he doesn't.
Yeah.
I still don't know how I feel about that relationship. It's weird.
Yeah, it's for the lulz at any rate.
It is.
And when it's for the lulz, you're a little more like, it's for the lulz, I guess.
She's a nice lady somewhere. Under all of that exterior, she's a nice mommy to him, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. Does he have a mom or just a dad?
Maybe his dad made him because his dad's crazy.
That's possible.
Oh, and she also confused Father's Day for something else, which is funny.
Boobs Day
is good. Japanese.
Is there a U.S. equivalent we can do that? Like
instead of Daddy's Day, it'd be Titty's Day.
Or instead of Daddy's Day, it's Daddy's Day.
Oh my.
Instead of Dada Day, it's Tata Day.
Oh, that's closer. There was a sad story of Idudu returning that doll.
Yeah.
That was a little too sad. Kind of like that one.
Yeah. I don't like abandoned toys. They make me very sad.
Me too.
What else? We get Toru's backstory and how she tried to fight God that one time.
Poseidon, I think.
More of a Zeus, but yeah.
Yeah. And then got stabbed. And that's how we ended up with her at the beginning of the show.
Yep. Oh, and we learned that the truest maid outfit is any outfit a maid wears.
True facts. Georgie lets us know that.
Which is very heartfelt, and I enjoyed that rant a lot.
I mean, it made sense.
Not wrong.
And speaking of maids, the Maid Cafe. Very good.
Yes, I wish they'd done more with that.
I was hoping they would do more with that. Even on my second watching, I'm like, surely they did more than just this one set.
Well, I just kind of did 1.5.
The best part of that is her teaching all the maids how to do magic.
Yeah. The very creepy magic spell that makes everything delicious but looks horrible and gross. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nasty purple goop all over your omu rice.
Delicious omu rice. The last episode was very cute. I liked it a lot. We almost get a confession.
Well, kind of. I don't know.
Kind of. Their relationship is complicated.
It is complicated. I don't know what the relationship is. I don't think Kobayashi does either.
Yeah. I think she just keeps kicking that can down the road.
I know what Toru wants.
Everyone knows what Toru wants. She wants to be eaten by Kobayashi.
Indeed.
Yep.
Indeed.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, I like the whole picnic cherry blossom viewing party, even though
that was cute too.
And they mention it a couple times, but it still feels like it's glossed over. That's flesh.
It's skin.
The skin is falling, and everyone's cool with that. It lands in people's drinks, and they're like, "This is so pretty."
It's all right. skin. It's skin of some horrible thing.
Some
best
beast.
not to worry about it.
The arm wrestling was good. I liked the arm wrestling.
Arm wrestling was quite good.
Chase at the end was awkward and weird, but funny and on point, on brand.
Yep. What else was amazing about this season? Many things. Doubling down on a lot of the jokes and a lot of the characterizations. They were all really good. Had 2 really good fights. One in episode 1.
The animation for the fights is way too good.
Yep.
And elsewhere too.
Well, because what else? Because what else are they going to animate? I mean, the breasts. Some of the shots were very, that's a choice to just, POV this chest.
Hey, it adds context.
Artistic value.
Kind of remains adorable. I don't know what it's about kids that are like that. Because Rin from Non-Beauty's the same way.
Which is?
I don't know, kind of just stoic. The stoic. They have emotions, but they don't really overly.
They're just very.
They're
why?
muted. I like that. It's adorable. Have more characters like that.
I mean, I wish we could just watch Non-Beauty again, but it's leaving.
It is.
Bad.
It's gone. Gone as of yesterday.
No. Boo.
Gone from Crunchyroll.
Or Non-Beauty. I wonder where they went.
I'm sure it'll come back at some point. Yeah, if you like the first season, you will like this season.
This is more of the same. Unless you really hated the fan service from the first season, because this does double down a little bit on that. Double down. Yeah, it does.
Double D's, man.
Hey, at least they give an in-universe canonical reason as to why the giant breasts.
Flame sacks.
Flame sacks. All those dragon flames have to go anywhere. Don't worry about the conservation of mass when it comes to the rest of their body, their tails, their claws, their wings, their horns. Don't worry about any of that. But the flame sacks, those gotta stay.
Listen, she is trying her hardest already. And if she tried less, they'd be even bigger.
That's what I've heard.
See? So really, we're doing you as a service here.
Yeah. Yep.
They're being conservative.
They could be way, way worse, which is also very true. They could be way worse.
They could. I've seen Icon. I don't want to watch it again.
We have all seen anime. We know the dark roads that they could travel.
Anime was a mistake, wasn't it?
It was. What does the S stand for in this season? It stands for something very silly.
Oh, we discussed that a while back.
Yeah.
Crap. What does that stand for? Oh.
Yeah.
Miss Kobayashi's dragon made S. The S apparently stands for Super Supreme Second Life Start.
Yeah, see, there you go. Super Supreme Second Life Start. I mean, when I see that S, that's what I think of.
Comes straight to the mind.
The themes were also pretty bopping this time, too. They were both really solid.
Yeah, I like the ending one better than the op, I thought.
I like how in the ending they go gowl.
You gotta have a gowl.
Dragons. They go gowl. Gowl.
Now, here's a question for you. And it's an honest question.
Sure.
And this concerns everyone in the neighborhood, Kana's classmates, everybody else. Do they their horns?
That's an excellent question. I think they do their horns, and they just assume that's part of their hat.
So they don't wear hats. Alicoa wears a hat.
They all wear little hats. I mean, or they're like little ear bands. They all have some sort of head accoutrement to cover up their horns. So they have plausible deniability for their horns. Elma very rarely has her horns.
Horn.
And again, it doesn't matter if someone her horns, because he just has the one, and no one ever her horn.
That's true. No one has ever accused anyone of her horn. I guess we'll never know.
Now, Lukoa, she is horn. She's horned.
Yeah, and she probably needs to go to horn jail.
That's
at least for a bit. No. Cool off. Anyway, speaking of horny jail.
I was gonna bring up the Elma tried to start a union.
Oh yeah, she did. And do you remember why?
She wanted to get the special treats earlier.
Yeah, she wanted to leave work a little earlier so she could get donuts.
Yep. But I did like that whole skit where Kobayashi was just like, yeah, that's not gonna No, it's never gonna happen.
So she goes and revises it and brings a proposal back that's like 3 times as long.
Yeah.
With everyone's like bathroom break schedule.
Yeah, what was it? That was just like the manager would always skillfully dismiss them with equal amounts of logic and like bullshit or whatever.
Yeah. Well, if we let you guys have more leniency, we'd have to do it for everyone. So can't do that, I guess. Which is actually #too real.
Yeah.
Ironically, she didn't ask for more wages. She just asked for, can we get off earlier?
Oh, that's something Lukoa wants to know about. Anyway, I think this is a really good kid-friendly show.
Uh-huh.
That everyone should watch if you like dragons and or maids.
And things that the dragon maids may or may not have.
May or may not have.
Look,
if only Miss Kobayashi had 5% of what these dragons had.
Speaking of somebody who might have 5% of what they have.
Oh, I thought you were just going to go with freaks of nature and or cuteness.
No, it's cute, though.
Yeah.
I think for next time we should watch My Dress Up Darling, because that just finished. And it's extremely wholesome.
I've heard that it's wholesome and adorable. And is making cute clothes.
Yeah, and it does have the fan service, turns out.
Oh, good. I mean, one would imagine. Oh, hold on. I've got a meme for this.
It's wholesome fan service.
Hold on. I've got some memes here because I have been sharing my memes and my vast collection of memes, and people have been enjoying them.
You haven't sent me any memes.
Here it is. I haven't sent it. I'm sending it to you right now.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There you go. Biggest dickus. Oh, there you go.
It'll make even more sense when you see it in context.
I bet it does.
The next time we'll cosplay and
oh, really? Okay, yeah, I'll make that happen.
More horny teenagers.
I mean, that's
they're wholesome though.
I don't know what to tell you. Wholesomely horny teenagers.
Yes. Anyway,
well, there you go. Bye forever.
Okay, bye.